No clapperboard then. Okay, so we're EcoEdenBodies21 in association with Yoga Moksha. So this channel is all about like a whole kind of way of living, holistic way of living. So including food, meditation, yoga, awareness of all the stuff that's going on in the world, around everything. But today we're going to concentrate on food, because we like food. We're going to soak these though before we eat them, and we're going to cook them as well tomorrow. So here we have a bean mix. Sounds really cool. They are really cool. Bought in our local health food shop. For any of you that live in Dartford watching this, Food for Living.
Whereabouts is that?
And yes, that is blatant advertisement.
Whereabouts is that?
Sue me. That is, I suppose the nearest landmark would be where Boots is. It's the little alleyway just opposite Boots, and as you go down that alleyway towards the park, it's on the left. You can't miss it. And John, the owner, is really nice. He's a really good guy.
How much were they?
Oh, I can't remember how much they were. They weren't expensive anyway. It was less than £4 for 2 packs of beans. Okay, that's good. And you can get a big bean salad out of these. So, when I pour them in the bowl, you'll see how full the bowl is, and then when we look at them tomorrow morning, you'll see how big they get when you've been, when you've soaked them overnight. So yeah, we're gonna soak these overnight. So I'm going to go to the cupboard and get out a very large bowl. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to go to the cupboard because I've got one here. Ta-da! Here's one I made earlier. Okay, so it's sort of clean. Give it a doofer. Hope you like my hat, by the way. Ian asked me if I have a special cooking hat, and I said no, not really. But I wore this for our protest on Saturday, last Saturday, so I thought I'd wear it for cooking. Although not exclusively for cooking. Okay, so. Sorry if that's a bit noisy. This is going to be more noisy. So that's a mixed bean, that's got all sorts in there. There's Haduki, black eye, haricot, mung bean, butter bean, turtle, don't know what they are, red kidney bean, bolotti, and batch code 012. It's not a bean, it's just batch code. It's on the end of the bean ingredients. So because they only had one bag, that's what I'm looking for. They only had one bag of the mixed beans, so we're just going to add some haricot beans to those as well. Check out those beans. Okay, so the bowl is about half full, yeah? So when we check them out in the morning, they'll be up here somewhere. It's quite amazing. So just cold water. And we fill the bowl right up, because they will soak that all up. Then we just place it on the side overnight. We soak them. For any of you worried about the red kidney beans, because there's a lot of thing about red kidney beans and oh, you must buy them in a can. Rubbish. As long as you cook them, we cooked ours the other day for about an hour and 3/4, and they'll be fine. We're not dead, so you're alright. So yeah, that's the first step for the, we're going to call it the Russian bean salad, because it sounds really good. You'll find out tomorrow what else is going in with the beans. Okay?
Cool.
So that's EcoEdenBodies. Over and out. Live long and prosper.
Yep.
Namaste. So this is the following day after the night before, with the beans. Remember the beans? Come and have a look at how many beans are in this bowl now. Zoom in, see how many beans. It's full. It's full of beans. So they've expanded, soaked up all the water. and they are now ready to be cooked. Okay, so I'll grab a colander. And we're just going to drain off that water. I'm not wearing my hat today, by the way. A bit noisy. I'll have to do them a bit at a time because there's lots of beans. Give them a little rinse. Oh, they look good. That colour's in there. Quite amazing. Okay, so we have extra big pot, with a lid, because if you cover them they'll boil quicker. So I'll bung those in there. Ugh, flying beans. Careful of the flying beans. Just going to rinse the rest of them. We've got loads of different beans in there. Good old rinse. Okay. Move that out the way. Shake them up. Into the pot. Get rid of the flying beans. Okay, now I'm going to fill it with water, so it'll be heavy by the time you've finished. So fill the pan as much as you can with water. So I'm going to fill this quite a bit. Okay. I'm going to lift it out. I'm just going to grab a tea towel just to wipe its bottom, because our stove doesn't like it when you put something with water on the bottom. It spits and stuff. So here we go. So you want it quite high to start with to get it boiling. And just to remember, while you're boiling them, put them on a timer obviously so you don't forget about them, but also keep the water topped up, because if you don't they burn. I've done that before, so it's not pleasant. You have to scrape the bottom of the saucepan and all the rest of it. So yeah, they're going to be boiling soon, and then once they've boiled just turn them down a little bit so they're simmering nicely. So we're going to boil these for about an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, so we might take a shot when they're boiling. I don't know, we might do, we might not. Once they're boiled, I'll show you what we do after that. We've got to drain them off and then get them ready for the Russian bean salad. Hi again. Just wanted to show you something. This is boiling, starting to boil. You do tend to get a little bit of scum when you're boiling beans. Personal preference, you can skim it off if you like, or you can leave it because you'll drain the beans and rinse them anyway once they've cooked. So yeah, they're about to come to the boil. So you can see they're just starting to boil around the edge there. So what I think we'll do is we'll boil them rapidly for 10 minutes and then turn them down and simmer for an hour and 45 minutes. Okay? The light. Is it alright?
Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm recording now.
Alright. Hi! Yes, the light's fine. Right, so what are we doing? Right. The beans are cooked. Go and have a look. Look a bit murky. Bit murky-o. if you want to have a look. So we're going to drain those off and give them a rinse. That's quite normal for them to look like that, so don't worry. They look pretty similar when they come out of the can, to be honest. So, we have a flying saucer in our kitchen, as Ian said earlier. You don't have to have a bowl this big. I like it because it's for dramatic purposes, but it's actually, once you get the beans in there and everything else, it turns into a huge bean salad. So grab the biggest bowl that you can if you're making a bean salad. Wow, echo, it's really cool. Right, anyway, it's enough silliness. We're going to drain the beans, so a little bit at a time. Be a bit poppy and messy. So if you've got a pinny, wear a pinny. A pinny. I can't believe I just said that. If you've got an apron, wear an apron. Okay, just rinse them off. Give them a good old rinse. Yeah. You see, once you rinse them off, they've got their nice colour. I'm going to bung these here in the bowl. And that's lot. It's like bean soup in there. I mean, you can always keep the juice if you wanted to. If you wanted to make a stock with it, do that. Use it as a base for a stock. It's quite starchy. Wow, look at that. There you go, last lot. You'd be glad to know they didn't burn. Vigilance at all times with the beans. Now look at those kidney beans. Look at how red they are. They're amazing. About that for that. Give a shake. Drain them off. Whee. So you can see the bowl's already quite full up just with beans. That's cool. I'm armed and dangerous. Right, so that's for the flipping of the salad later. What else have we got? So we've got the beans. We've also got some frozen sweet corn. So you can use canned sweet corn if you like. I just prefer using frozen sweet corn. But you will need to run it under a hot tap through a sieve or a colander before you use it, otherwise you have frozen sweet corn in your salad. So that can go over there for defrosting. We have some coriander, fresh coriander, which is really nice in this salad. It gives it a real lift, a real freshness to it. In case you're wondering what this is down here, I'd like to pan down there in. This is for our compost in this little container here. So I will be putting any waste in there. Okay. We have a red pepper. Ideally you should have more than one pepper in there, but we've only got one, so we're only using one. We have tomatoes. I'm going to put all of those in there today. You don't have to be exact with the ingredients, just chuck it in. 3, they're quite large onions, so I've got 3 of those. If you've got smaller onions you can put 4 also in them. And a very big piece of cucumber. I was going to say something else then. I was going to say a big piece of cucumber, but I refrained. So that's all going to go in there. So if you've got like a normal sized cucumber, put the whole thing in. And then for the dressing, we've got olive oil, red wine vinegar, and for the size of this bowl I'm going to use 2 limes rather than 1. If it's a smaller bowl, then just 1 lime will be okay, but 2 limes in this particular one. Okay, so the ingredients, you want them reasonably fine when you chop them up. So I'll leave that about there so you can see a bit better. There's a little trick to these things. You slice the cucumber in half and put it flat side down, and then just cut it lengthwise as much as you can and turn it round. Then just going the other way with the knife, so it gets it reasonably small. Tip, make sure you've got a sharp knife. Number 1, because it cuts easier. Number 2, if you cut yourself, it's a lot easier for a clean cut to heal than a raggy, jaggy cut with a blunt knife. This is pretty sharp. Okay. So just bung that in there. Chuck it in. It's good stuff. And do the other one. Mind your fingers. To move your hands along the cucumber as you go, otherwise you chop your fingers off and then you'll have a red Russian salad. It's not funny when you cut yourself with a knife. So I'll stop laughing.
What's one of the things about preparing food that's a good idea?
Don't be angry when you prepare your food. And so the tomatoes, I'm just going to slice them a little bit. They're quite firm, these ones, so we can slice them long ways. Sorry, widthways. So they're quite little. When you're preparing food, don't forget to breathe, don't hold your breath. And don't be angry when you prepare food. So prepare your food with love. And that sends a vibration through the food, which is a lot nicer.
Or you can say a prayer or a mantra or play music. Because plants vibrate.
Music's always good. Music's brilliant.
Well,
nice
water vibrates, doesn't it?
Latin jazz when you're cooking your dinner.
Well, water vibrates, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And
because there's a guy, I can't remember his name. I've actually got a book of his that I bought a couple of weeks ago about the effects that different vibrations have on water. It's quite well known what he's done. You can see pictures of it on Google everywhere. He's a Japanese guy.
yeah,
Japanese?
Mr. Muto.
So we're preparing our Russian bean salad. For any of you that have just tuned in. Oh. Or decided to skip part way through the video. This is what we're doing. It's funny, I used to hate tomatoes as a child. I still can't eat a whole big tomato on its own. I don't mind the little ones, they're better. As you can see, the bowl is starting to fill up quite a lot.
But then a big tomato wants you to eat it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I still can't
Whereas
do that.
a young lamb doesn't want you to eat it.
No, well not that we know of anyway. It doesn't go around saying, "Eat me please."
But tomato does.
Well, hence the pips. Shedding its life here, look. That's tomato life for you. I'm going to put those in there because we might get tomatoes growing in a compost. You never know. Anything is possible. I'm just going to wash my hands. Okay, so next is the little pepper.
Just tell us a little bit about why you should eat healthy.
Well, this is vegan, this food. There's many reasons why you should eat healthily. When we say healthily, what does that actually mean? Eat healthily. Yeah, for some people who were around during the 70s, that might include the cabbage soup diet. Don't think I'd like that very much. I love cabbage, but I don't think I could eat cabbage soup all the time.
But isn't that one of the things about vegetables? You can cook the sunlight out of them.
Yeah, if you overcook your vegetables, all the nutrients just disappear. Absolutely.
And what was the thing about when you eat vegetables, you're eating direct sunlight? When you eat meat,
Well, yeah, because
you're not eating direct sunlight. Because those...
the energy from the sun is in the fruits and the vegetables. It's had direct contact with that energy. So again, we're making these quite small with the dice. So every time you eat fruits and vegetables, especially raw, you are basically eating sunshine. That's why when you eat a piece of raw pepper, it zings. And it's like, whoa, quite amazing.
It's photosynthesis, isn't it?
Hey?
Is it photosynthesis that plants do on their leaves?
I'm pretty sure that's what you call it. No, there's another word, but I don't know if that means the same thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the word that you're looking for.
And it's what's unique between us and plants. We can't do that, but they can.
That's because they're clever. If you like, they're a bit like an alien species because they
We look that one up
take
because we're not
their food
experts.
in a different way to what we do. You know, all us mammals on the planet, we take our food in a very different manner to plants and trees. They're amazing.
And trees are some of the biggest beings on the planet, aren't they?
Yeah, big is it redwoods? It is the redwoods, isn't it? They're like... In fact, there's a really good book. One second. Focus on the bean salad a minute. I'm going to go and find that book. There we go. Found the book. It's called The Legacy of Luna. It's by a lady called Julia Butterfly Hill. Amazing story about the giant redwoods that are, pretty sure they're up near Canada, but I'm probably wrong because my geography's terrible. You can get that on Amazon actually really, really cheaply, that book. So it's not an expensive book to buy, but it's an amazing story about...
Not if someone buys it for you.
No, not if someone buys it for you, but
for your birthday.
There you go.
Or your Christmas. Or pretend to be upset by your boyfriends or girlfriends. And then say... Buy me that book. And I'll forgive you.
And this is a really good book for another reason. It's not just an amazing story about someone who protested because they were chopping down these massive trees that, you know, taken thousands of years to grow. Thousands of years, I'm pretty sure it's thousands of years. But it's also a mirror for yoga and the 8 arms of yoga. It just reflects that very much. So yeah, read it. Anyway, back to the bean salad. Onions. Really, really easy way to chop onions really, really small. Okay? So we're going to take off the outer skin first.
Cancer buster.
Yeah, cancer buster.
Brilliant for the stomach.
There you go, Ian knows all about onions. He's been eating raw onions for years.
And garlic.
Yeah, we're not putting garlic in this today because it would overpower it.
And a lot of people...
So just going to take off the outer...
A lot of people
bit there.
Eat onions and they go, oh, it upset my stomach. It's actually not upsetting your stomach, it's actually clearing your stomach out. That's why it's not that you have to run to the toilet. It's actually your stomach. The onions working on your stomach to clean it.
Yeah, extremely cleansing onions. Any of the onion family. Alright, so the cheats way of, well, it's not cheating really, it's just an easy way to dice this really small. Okay, so you're cutting from the, what would you call that?
David Cameron's head.
Sorry. Cutting from the fairy end.
Oh, here's David Cameron's head.
Yes, chop. Towards the top where we've just cut off. So normally I'd hold it like that, but I'm just going to show you here now. It's a lot easier when you hold it like that. You can get the knife in there. Get the knife in there.
And also, what's also amazing about food is colour, because that's amazing.
Gillian McKeith, love that lady. She's a pit bull, but she's amazing, right? She always says, right? Just realised I said that. If your food reflects all the colours of the rainbow, then that's good. If it's like dull and lots of brown and grey, if you like, and there's not a lot of colour in it, then it's maybe not so good.
Is it maybe, or it isn't so good?
Well, no, she said, no, rubbish, she says. She puts it all on the table for them to, bring an eyebrow, puts it all on the table for them to look at, and some of them are shamed by what they eat, and other people go, oh, I quite fancy that actually. You know. But yeah. So yeah, colour. And there's lots of colour in this, and there'll be a bit more colour as well, shortly. Okay, you ready?
Mm.
So we've cut the onion long. I'm going to turn it around like we did with the cucumber. What's the cucumber? Yeah. And we're going to chop it back the other way. So you get a really finely diced onion. Just remember to hold the onion together on the sides. And then when you get to the end, just be careful with the knife. And then just chop the end off. That's David Cameron's head. Yes! It's going in the compost. Yeah. We love him really. He's our very most favourite person.
Well, he's a human being, so we love all human beings.
Allegedly. Allegedly. I'm not actually going to comment on that. Put a bit in there, a little bit more. Next onion. Chop.
And that's another thing about the onion is the colour.
Yeah, we're using red onions here, by the way, which have got a much nicer flavour, I think. They're strong, but they've got flavour. They're not just strong.
But it's the smell as well.
I'm actually quite lucky. I think because I'm talking, I'm not focusing on onion fumes, if you like. Usually they make me cry. I'm being distracted.
Well, I don't know of any artist that could design something quite as beautiful as that. If you show the inside of it there, Edge, on the onion.
A flower.
Which is quite beautiful. But also at the same time a beautiful design, but also it has a smell and it has colour. And actually projects itself into the atmosphere, hence making your eyes water.
Yes.
Which is quite peculiar.
Onion vapours. Nice.
You could say the saddest
Saddest vegetable on the planet.
Yeah. Because it always makes you cry.
As long as you get confident with your knife, you can do it quickly. Okay. So, go again.
And all these things need to be eaten. They're either eaten by us or they're eaten by
Other animals.
other animals or mould, because they will rot.
I'm just going to give that a little toss.
Unlike a mammal or a warm-blooded animal, a warm-blooded animal is not going to rot if you don't eat it.
So, I'm just going to get Ian to go in there, pan in. Do you want more onion in that? Or is that enough onion in there for you?
I think that'll be okay.
Yeah? Okay, so that's 2 large onions we got there then, folks. Right, next thing on the agenda is this sweet corn. So, get the hot tap running. Do it with the seed. Watch this, I can manoeuvre the seed out of what's it. Okay. I would have put more sweet corn in. You can put as much sweet corn in as you like, there's no rules. Would have put more in, but I don't think we've got any more. I really don't want to be diving into the depths of the freezer to find out. I don't like doing that. It's not my favourite job. It's cold in there, you know? It's cold out there, it's cold in there as well. So you just run them under the hot tap until a bit longer. You can put peas in there as well if you want it. But it's the colour. With the sweet corn, it's that yellow.
That yellow is just...
And that's frozen sweet corn,
amazing.
so you would hope they'd freeze it the moment that they've picked it. I don't know how true that is, but hey.
But
Looks pretty good to me.
But plants and herbs, and there are very amazingly resilient species. I mean, plants are that powerful that they grow through concrete.
Yep, we see that every day. You know, they've tarmacked or concreted over something, and there's a little wee guy. Ah! I'm back.
And that's no different there.
It's brilliant.
So
Nature doing her thing. Can you see that? See the colours in there? That's food. Yeah? That is food.
Amazing.
So I'm just going to chop up some coriander. And the thing with the coriander is, if you're making a big batch like this, you don't want to put, you don't want to mix the coriander into the big batch, yeah? Because if you leave it for a day or so, the coriander goes all limp. It's not as fresh. So what we do is we add the coriander to, after we put it on our plate, we just sprinkle it on the top, which is a much better idea, I think. So
I think I think you can feel food resonate. I can feel the food resonating.
Sure, that's not the bowl. That's not doing it now. It's full up. It was singing earlier. It's all full up now.
But you can feel the energy.
Yeah.
Which is the same as if you walk in the park.
Mm.
You can be really stressed, and you go into the park, and you just
just chills you out.
It just chills you out, and raw food does that.
Cool. So what I'm going to do, you got a bunch of coriander. It's usually got an elastic band around it, around the bottom. So just hold it together.
You put that around the wrist if you want.
Well, I want it on there because I want to keep it together a bit. So I'm just going to squash it together, and then just, there you go. You've got instant chopped coriander. You don't have to do anything else with that. So I'm going to put that to one side for the bean salad. Then that can go back in the fridge. Take out those bits there, so we can use that again. Just take out those bits that have gone a bit horrible. You can use the stem of the coriander as well, because that tastes as well. So let's go back in the fridge somewhere out there. That can go in the container, compost.
And all the fridges is a larder.
Yeah.
Not the car, obviously.
Do you know?
For those who are a bit younger.
Larder. It was a larder, and it was orange. Ah, yes.
For those that don't know what a larder is, it's
a Russian car.
It's
like tanks they're built.
It's a room. It's a cool room for your food. And my nan used to have one, which we used to keep vegetables, all sorts in there. Mm. And obviously, if you bought meat, you couldn't keep it that long, but you could keep it in there for a little while because it was a cool room. Mm. So we never had fridges.
Yeah. Cool. Right, so I'm going to make the dressing. So I'll cut the limes in half because we want the juice out of the limes. And what we usually do is juice them into a cup. And then if there's any pips, because if you crunch on a pip when you eat your dinner, it's not pleasant, it hurts your teeth. Again, another easy way of getting the juice out of a lemon or a lime is spoon. Stick the spoon in the lime, and then you're squeezing the lime against the spoon. So it's like the old, I don't know what they call those, the old juicers that you used to get that were pointed, like that. It's the same principle, but you don't have to go and buy one of those because everyone's got spoons or some kind of implement. Spoons work best though. Ian's usually the fruit squeezer, but as he's behind the camera today, I've got to do it myself. Why are you usually the juice squeezer, Ian?
Because I've got very strong hands.
Sorry. I wasn't going to giggle at that, but never mind.
Because I do a lot of massage.
Doesn't look like there's any pips in these. Which is bizarre, don't you think? There's no pips in the fruit. I think that is very strange. It's not natural, because that's how that's how a fruit multiplies. Is that the proper way to say it? That's how fruit kind of does its thing. It grows more fruit. Through seeds.
But the thing is, when we ever talk about anything within nature...
oh, another little tip. You can save one of these halves, because you can clean, if you've got a, well, any work surface, but especially if you've got a big block like this, or you've got, you know, you prepare your food on a wooden chopping board, that's what it's known for, you can clean it with a bit of lime, or lemon, or vinegar. But as we've got a bit of lime left, so I'll show you when we're done. Yeah, not a pip inside. Can you believe that? That is quite bizarre. So we're going to bung that in. Lovely.
I was going to say that whenever we talk about nature and destruction of the planet, I always remind myself of the Jurassic Park quote by the actor, and I can't remember his name. Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, Jeff.
Who says nature always finds a way, and it's a very true quote. Nature always finds a way. It doesn't matter what we do, it always finds a way, and that's quite amazing. They always say that the two most commonest survivors on the planet are humans and cockroaches. Wherever there are humans, there are cockroaches.
So I'll just quickly show you what we're going to do with this lime. Just rub it in to the surface of your board or your worktop. And just go over it with a clean cloth. It smells really nice as well. As an added bonus.
Can you do that with lemons as well?
Yeah, you can do it with lemons. You can clean your worktops with vinegar as well, and bicarb, which works. Works brilliantly actually, and it doesn't cost the earth like these horrible other cleaning products that have got God knows what kind of mess in them and are harmful to the environment. So this is EcoEdenBodies, see? So we're giving you these little tips. So yeah, you can clean anything pretty much with vinegar,
and also, if you're spraying,
or bicarb, or a combination of both.
If you're spraying chemicals on your food surfaces, that can't be healthy
That's
for...
going to go in your food. At some point that will go into your food. And, you know, this obsession we have with killing germs, dirt.
Well, I don't think it is our obsession. I think
brainwashed.
Part of this whole thing is not about us laughing at you or you laughing at us. It's about all of us realising that there is a very dangerous game being played, and it's not even done in a subtle way. You know, it's people actually say, "Oh, that's harmful. What's in this?" You'll see if you look at some of the packaging, it'll have, you know, corrosive to the skin. And
yeah, big cross, or some of them even have a skull on. You know, because it's poisonous. It's nasty.
So it's not even a funny game. So, you know, it's just about educating and finding alternatives. And if you've got a few lemons, much nicer to clean with lemons.
Absolutely.
And you can recycle it as well.
Yeah, you can compost it. Okay, so the rest of the dressing, it's usually half vinegar to olive oil. Okay, so I usually start with 4 olive oil, 2 vinegar, and then taste it, and then just add as you need to. So this is a very large bowl today. So I'm going to do 3, 4, 5, 6 olive oil. So that's 3 vinegar. red wine vinegar's good. You could use cider vinegar or white wine vinegar. Again, it's the flavour. It's got a very distinct flavour, red wine vinegar. I'll just give that a flip. Flip it now. It's actually really heavy. Wow. So, last little thing, bit of black pepper. We're not putting salt in it because it's got quite a distinct flavour without any salt. We're not scared of putting salt in our food. We do use salt as a seasoning, but in this particular salad it really doesn't need it because it's got that freshness to it. This is really good as well, although we didn't do that the other day, with homemade vegan garlic bread, which we will show you. We will put that up on YouTube as well because it is amazing. And it's not bought in a shop. That's not to say we don't buy things from a shop, because we love Linda McCartney's vegan sausage rolls and her pies that are vegan as well. Oh, and our local health food shop does some really nice burgers, and they're vegan, and they are by Fry's. They're traditional burgers. They are really, really good. Okay, so I'm just going to taste that. I won't use the big spoon, even though I've got a big dog. I think it needs a bit more olive oil. More oil? Yep. So you can tweak it, for want of a better word, to your own taste. So you could add, if you like vinegar, you could add more vinegar. You could add more olive oil.
And also, this is an excellent, if you are, if you've given up meats, this is a really good,
satisfying
meal.
Especially with the coriander on it. If you haven't got fresh coriander, you can use dry. It doesn't quite have the same effect though. Is that right? Mm. Good? More olive oil? Or is that right?
Oh, amazing.
Cool. Okay, so I'm just going to dish up a bowl and then sprinkle. Coming out with some hot words today. Okay. So we have a bowl. They're a bit retro, these bowls. Get the bowl near the big bowl, otherwise you could have a spillage problem. And I said spillage, not spinach. Okay. And then just a little sprinkling. You don't need a lot of the coriander. And that is perfect Russian bean salad. We didn't rush it though. Took a little while. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can always post a comment. Like, I don't know, I pointed down there, but it's in the comments bit. Yeah. I hope you enjoy making the Russian bean salad. We enjoy making it. We usually cook together, by the way. It was only because Ian's filming today. Yeah.
And that's another good thing, isn't it? If you can, I know it's difficult because a lot of people are working, but to do, part of a relationship is to do things together. Cooking, housework. And there's obviously there's times when you can't, but it's breaking those old ideas of not doing things together, and do more things together. I just kind of wanted to say, if we could show the other book that's on the shelf, the top shelf, food is chemistry. A chemist, food chemist.
Is that here?
Yeah. So just look at that.
Food pharmacy.
Food pharmacy. I never get words right.
Where did we get this? Was this a charity shop?
Yeah.
There you go. Charity shop book.
This is a really good book. Recommend this one by Jean Carper. The Food Pharmacy. And
yeah.
It tells you what all the foods are that you eat, and what they can do for the physical, what they work towards. Obviously, they all work to the immune system.
I think it takes the idea a little bit further than the book Foods That Harm, Foods That Heal. I think it goes a little bit further into it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Than that book. That's a good book to start with, and you can find them in charity shops. We see them quite regularly at the charity shop. So this is just like the next stage, if you like. Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll be showing you books because we like books.
Mhm.
Books are good, although they cut down trees.
Mm.
So.
But then we'll see alternative reader screen. How's it going to be that they're still working for?
Well, knowledge is about stories, isn't it? That's the alternative.
I know.
The alternative is telling. See, as communities, that's what we used to do. What we used to do as tribe, we would tell the stories, and we just naturally knew these things. We knew if we eat that, that makes you feel this way, or if you eat that, that cures this. So books and stuff like that.
Well, they are a modern thing, aren't they?
Are a modern thing.
Definitely.
But hey, thank you trees for
just a little sideline, talking about charity shops. Yesterday, when we were out charity shopping, I found this amazing pot. It's a coffee pot, but we're using it as a teapot because our old teapot is tries your patience, let's just say that. It came with 4 of these really cute coffee tea cups and saucers. Was it £6?
£6.
£6, and it's Denby. Not that I'm but Denby is a good make. I know that much. Oh yeah, amazing, and it's got this real texture to it, and it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's made in England.
Made in England.
Out of clay.
Unlike our, this is really heavy. Le Creuset pot with a really cool retro design on it. £3.99. Amazing! So check out your charity shops. You never know what you're going to find.
Recycle.
Absolutely, recycle.
And also
stuff you don't want, recycle it.
And also, if
this
you
is
are
what EcoEdenBodies is all about.
If you are using stuff, and it's stuff, if a tree has supplied its body to make a book, or if something's made out of metal or whatever it is, there's nothing wrong with thanking that particular element.
Yeah.
And it's gratitude.
Yeah, it's not taking those things for granted, is it?
Well, it's love and gratitude, and a lot of people wonder what is the answer to life, and it is love and gratitude. It's being in love with life,
celebration,
and celebration, and being thankful.
Which is part of yoga.
Things.
A lot of people don't realise that is part of yoga. They go to classes, no disrespect to those classes, but they just do asana, and they don't they don't explore, is what I was looking for. They don't explore anything else within the yoga circle, if you like.
So there you go.
Come to our classes, we do all sorts of shit in our classes.
And we're running out of battery now.
Yeah. So we're going to go and eat our amazing food. I hope you've enjoyed the video. We will do more of these when we do these amazing recipes. We'll film them so you can make them too. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namaste. Live long and prosper.